I would like to take this opportunity to thank Danny Dyer and his wife Joanne for conceiving their daughter, who is also called Danny. As 25 years down the line, it had very positive effects on West Ham United Football Club. Not only did she enter a relationship with winger Jarrod Bowen, but she turned him into the best winger in England at the time of recording. And anybody who thinks that he is not, well, please leave, basically, and that's the only cleanest way I can say that. Also, Jarrod Bowen's probably scoring all these goals and playing really well for West Ham because he's getting pressure from his potential father-in-law-to-be. Instead of Danny Dyer going, right, you stupid geezer, what you doing that for, you melt, missing a bloody open goal like that, you absolute muppet. And he doesn't want to have his head taken off by one of Britain's hardest men. So, yeah, I think that's just to keep the peace between everybody, but still, whatever Danny Dyer has done to Jarrod Bowen, I don't know what it is, and I probably won't say in the video what it is, because it's probably not going to be PG-13, but she has helped to make him into absolute beast. He now literally is an Iron Bowen reincarnation. Get DNA test done on him, he might be half Dutch, for all we know. He'd be in good company otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, it was West Ham United 2, Norwich City 0 at the London Stadium. A win that takes West Ham into the top 4. It's 6 games without a win for Norwich, but West Ham start off 2022 still with an unbeaten record. Happy, happy days. Some nice surprises in this game, I think, as well, in terms of the starting lineup, and some nice surprises from players who were maybe playing in different positions, but they still contributed nonetheless. The only one thing that I will say before I really get into the depth of the game was that Bowen should have really had a hat-trick, given the circumstances, but it wasn't meant to be. He still got 2 goals on the night in the 2-0 win. And, I'm going to talk later on in the video about his chances of getting an England call-up, because I think he needs one. And if he doesn't get one to the England team, what is Gareth Southgate on? I won't call it favouritism, but it's something I'll describe later on in the video. Let's start off with the team lineups then. Cresswell was supposed to be out for the rest of the season. He came back. He was way ahead of schedule and he started in the game. Lovely surprise. Ryan Fredericks was supposed to have started, but at the last minute he was replaced by Vladimir Sofel due to COVID protocols. Vlasic started, and rightly so, because he had a blinder of a game against up against Leeds. He was like the Hajduk split Hazard. And Fornal started in a holding midfielder role because Souček's got COVID and he's not going to feature in the next game either. And Mark Noble's got a ligament injury, which is going to keep him out for 4 to 6 weeks. So, with that said, West Ham had to name 4 academy players on the bench. And the regular starters had to be readjusted. Early on in the first half, Lanzini went to Bowen. Bowen down the middle, denied by Tim Krul. Not acrobatically, but kind of last second thing, because the force of the ball and the momentum of the ball nearly took Krul behind into the goal. But Krul managed to save it, stretched out round the back like that. Some good runs and some good dribbling, but needed an end product. Lanzini was off target and hit the poor astronaut, R.I.P. Rice was alert to Norwich's possession. Rice was having a good game, dispossessing Norwich and keeping it tight. He cleared a few balls as well. Norwich were off target through, I think it was Kenny McLean, but it still had some chances. And we can't take that away from Norwich, even though they weren't being the most effective and the most efficient with chances, they at least did create chances, which was something that could be seen as a threat to West Ham. Lanzini went down as well, but he got back up. He clashed, I think, with Fornals and the Norwich player, but he got straight back up. West Ham had more possession of the ball. Diop was in the back, played some good long balls down the middle, trying to just get up the ball. And although we were doing these long balls, I wanted West Ham to keep the ball on the ground more. We're more effective when we played the ball on the ground and not cross it too much. Cross it when you get near the penalty box, but not through the middle or what have you. Not that Diop did anything wrong, but it was always resulting in 50-50s and potential clearances, and that wasn't what we needed. I think Norwich gave a lot of space, yet they were closed down a lot. Lanzini went off target yet again and killed the astronaut again. A lot of corners conceded. Norwich just seemed having to put the ball out, and that was their only way of stopping a West Ham attack, was to put the ball out. But the cost that it came at was that West Ham still retained possession of the ball. And then West Ham went 1-0 up through Jarrod Bowen. It was a half-cross, half-shot, which bended into the net. It was then ruled offside, which I think was an injustice, because Vlasic was ruled offside, but he didn't touch the ball. And just before that, Vlasic and Tim Krul got into a clash which looked like Krul had pulled Vlasic down to the ground. I think that should have been looked at a bit more. Vlasic did nothing wrong. It was Krul who had his arm around Vlasic like this, and Vlasic was tugged down like that onto the ground, and it hurt himself. No goal. Vlasic was ruled offside, even though he hadn't touched the ball. So that was a weird decision. But second time lucky. Jarrod Bowen scored from a header. What a player he has been. He's on fire. England call-up pending. Hopefully. Good half, really. A football, nonetheless. And that was topped it off. Sofal with the cross. Bowen with the header. Low header. Perfect cross with a low header. Down onto the ground, into the net. 1-0 to West Ham. Overall, West Ham just need to calm down a little bit, I think. Just be a bit more calmer and think before shooting. Maybe think before crossing, because Brandon Williams caused a few problems on the wing, closing us down a bit. But Bowen had a good game. Sofal looked good. And I'm going to say it now, Pablo Fornals in that holding midfielder role against weaker oppositions is a thing of beauty. He made some really lovely passes. Long passes, variety of passes, you name it. Fornals starting centre mid's not really his place, but he did decent. On 50 minutes, there was a VAR check in the second half. Vlasic seemed to have been fouled, and he was fouled a few times, but nothing was given, again. Antonio, point-blank range, in the box. Hanley's pressuring Antonio. Antonio turns and he fires it over. He should have kept his shot down and should have fired it on target. There was no need for him to shoot over. I don't know if it was just a rush of blood to the head or whatever, I don't know. Dean Smith. The camera showed a clip of him, cut to him, and he was angry at Norwich because they were being so wasteful with the crosses and the shots. And that's what Norwich's issue is. They can't find anyone who can be prolific in scoring. They can't find anyone to get on the end of balls. This was an example of that today. Norwich started to pressure West Ham, though, with that said. Started to apply a bit of pressure and come into the West Ham half a lot. On the other hand, Fornals with a lovely ball. This was a big chance. Lovely ball. And it went through. Bowen lobbed it onto the bar. Should have taken it first time, but he lobbed it onto the bar. R.I.P. Tidlini and Tidlini Jr. from West Ham Clips. Just saying right now, it's going to have to get a new cat. Norwich put Kieran Dowell on, and I don't know why. He's not really that prolific of a game-changer player. Premier League, I don't think, suited for Dowell. But still, he came on. Adam Eder hit the post for Norwich, but it turned out that Fabianski had tipped it on there. And Adam Eder, if any Norwich fans are watching this, I think he's going to turn into a quality striker down the line, because he looked technically gifted, very versatile, and he had some good shooting range on him. He just needs to go down to a lower league first before he can get back up again, but I think he needs to just learn his trade and learn his craft. But that was all a decent chance that he had hitting the bar. Pressure just piled on to us even. West Ham made a sub. Vlasic came off and on came Arthur Masuaku. Defensive change just to keep this at 1-0, but I wanted us to make it 2-0 because, one, I think it should have been had that goal not been disallowed, and secondly, we needed to get a second goal to kill it off. I think, he crossed off target as well. Fornals was good. His hold-up play was good. And that centre midfield role really did well for Fornals. Like I say, passing and his hold-up play were good from there. And everyone's been putting Fornals in different places. Wing, attacking mid, number 10, holding mid. He's a good holding mid against a weaker opposition because he's able to feed the balls more clearly. Bowen was offside again after Masuaku passed to Bowen. He tapped it into net. Masuaku, I feel, could have hit the ball. But, plot twist, it was onside. And even when they were reviewing it, I saw it on the screen, it was onside. Definitely. Bowen's foot's in line with the ball. Couldn't have not been given. Do you know what I'm saying? There. Antonio again, denied at close range. He took too many touches with the ball, tried to tippy-tap it and be clever, and then just went over. Yarmolenko struck a ball with his right foot after he came on. I can't believe I just said that. Yarmolenko struck the ball with his weaker right foot and got it on target, albeit it was saved. Like, what? That's unheard of from him. Has Orthodox Christmas, New Year's resolution, whatever, for him being, oh, I'll shoot with my right foot more and be on target. If only he really did that, he wouldn't actually be as useless as people say he is. Still, finished 2-0 to West Ham. Great win, solid win. Let's talk Jarrod Bowen. Bowen deserves that England call-up, but the issue is Sancho and Rashford will start ahead of Jarrod Bowen. Why? 1, favouritism. 2, money value on the players. And 3, because Bowen doesn't have a Rolex watch, doesn't have a Gucci sweatsuit, didn't cost 72 million. What else? He doesn't have an MBE, didn't tackle child poverty, didn't get sympathy for missing a penalty in Euro 2020, although I don't condone the racism that followed. I don't. My point is, Bowen hasn't done as much as Rashford and Sancho have, and that's maybe why he's overlooked. That is my point, for the record. And also, Bowen hasn't written a book. That's why he's probably not going to get picked. What is Southgate's issue? Here, Bowen has been a way better player than Sancho has this season. That's not even difficult to argue against. Way better than what Rashford has been this season. Bowen has been arguably the best winger in England right now. Has to be. Without a shadow of a doubt. Yet he won't get picked for the England team. What more does Jarrod Bowen have to do to prove his worth to the national team manager? It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. He and Rice are our 2 best players. They're our 2 most valuable assets right now at the club. Rice gets in, no problem. Bowen still has to do a lot more convincing. What's he got to do? Score a hat-trick every game, get player of the month, win a bit of silverware? I don't know. I don't know, man, what he's got to do. But anyway, let's not discredit what he did in this game today. Really good performance from Jarrod. I think he's been excellent all season. He started 2022 with an absolute bang. He really has. Everyone's talking about him now, which is good to see. I thought Fornals looked really good in that holding midfield role. I think Diop actually had a decent game at the back. Having Cresswell back in the team was a massive boost. Vlasic didn't have too bad of a game either. He came in. Nice to see Sofal back as well. He got an assist. King Arthur's yet again being a good utility player with an assist there as well. So overall, yeah, West Ham did win the game and deserved to win, but it was a bit nervy at times. We could have made it 4-0. We could have killed it off like we have done against this lot in the past, but I don't know, we ended up, mismanaging the game a little bit, letting Norwich pressurise a bit, giving them a bit of a boost and giving them a bit more of a kick up the backside. But in the end, we got the win. So that's the most important thing. We move on to play Leeds on Sunday in a game that I think is going to be, again, important for us. Another game that's indeed very winnable. We're in good form right now. We're in good spirits. And this month actually could be potentially make or break for us. We just have to keep an eye on the window and get some things done. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Yes, indeed, West Ham United is absolutely massive and ginormous and gargantuan, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Thank you very much for watching this video. Sorry, Delia, but you should have actually just cooked up your players to Spurs Lasagna 2.0, and maybe that way, we would have won it, but it doesn't matter anyway because Norwich are going down like a canary bird in a mine shaft. So, thank you very much, everybody, for watching this. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.